Hello, how are you? You see your friends today when you came to school, did you say, hello, how are you?
Yes.
You did?
I said no.
I bet these didn't. But you saw your friends, what'd you say? Hi! We same way. OCO got turned into Sio. Do Cherokee make sure they say Sio. Cherokee language is hard for me. Maybe easier for somebody else. They kid us about having English words being hard. Some of you children are Hispanic, came here speaking Spanish. I used to room with a fellow from South America, and he said, "You people are crazy." I said, "What?" He said, "You go, the sky's blue, that's blue, the wind blue." We understand that though, don't we? We understand the sky's blue and that's the color blue and the wind blue, but it's all the same sound. Cherokees have one that's wild. Kameme. Kameme. Butterfly. But if I said, Kameme, what am I talking about? An elephant. Go figure. The only thing that I could ever get them to tell me was that they probably thought the people saw an elephant and how the elephant do their ears remind them of a butterfly's wings. Yeah. So they said, Kameme, butterfly. Big old butterfly. Kameme, butterfly. Hummingbird, Walela. Walela, hummingbird. Wolf, Waya. Bear, Yona. All right. As you can see, I am a mixed blood person. I have a little Cherokee, and I have some Creek, and a whole lot of white. My people mixed probably back as early as the 1780s, early 1800s. A lot of the people in Alabama did that. The Cherokee, where'd you been told we came from? You studied Cherokees? Y'all been studying it?
Yes, very much.
A lot.
Where did the book tell you we came from? No.
No.
I didn't cross any land bridge. I don't care what your book says. We didn't come from Siberia. We didn't come from Mongolia. Our legend says that we moved up around the Great Water. The Great Water being the Gulf of Mexico. We came, these young people here, they're Hispanic of Mexico, we came from the Yucatan Peninsula. We came from down south. We have many, many things that are similar in Cherokee culture that you'll find in Mexico, in Guatemala. A lot of the carvings, a lot of the things that we did. So we think that the Cherokee came from down south. We know they went up the west side of the Mississippi River, all the way to the Great Lakes. In the 1200s, they were up there because they have recorded history that the Algonquin came down out of Canada and ran them off. That was Algonquin land. That was their hunting lands. They didn't want us there. We weren't Cherokees at that time. We were probably called Huron people. We were Iroquoian speakers. Most of the people who were down in this area were Muskogee speakers. They spoke a Muskogean dialect. Creeks, Chickasaws, Choctaws, Seminoles. So when before the Revolutionary War, we took land that ours, basically from West Virginia to Arkansas, down to Memphis, Tennessee, and ran right across below where we are now, what's called the Hightown Path, went all the way to Savannah, Georgia. They claimed all that land of Cherokee land. No, they didn't live on all of it. Most of them lived North Carolina, Tennessee. There was one group that broke off. We won't have time to get into all that. They were called the Chickamaugas. Basically what happened, the English got tired because every one of our towns had a head man. We didn't have a chief, we had a head man. We had a council, which like you have a mayor and a council now, which the women sat on. The women were very much part of. The English got tired of that, so they took one man, put a crown on his head, and said, "You're King of Cherokee." Chickamauga said, "We ain't having it." They took all their people and left. They, of course, like the other Cherokees, they fought for the British in the Revolutionary War, because the British told us if we'd fight for them, and if we won, then we'd get all our land back. That's another lie they told us. But the Chickamaugas, when the war was over, they never signed a peace treaty with the American government. And so the American government kept harassing them and everything. They left out, came down to Chattanooga, stayed around out there for a while. They came down to Tennessee River. They founded about 7 towns down that Tennessee River. So a lot of the people that were in here in Alabama at the time of the removal that are mixed are Chickamaugan people. What's bad about that is in Cherokee society, guess who owned everything? Who?
The chief.
Who?
The chief.
The what? Nope. Guess who owned everything? Who owned it?
Andrew Jack.
No, not that.
No.
They ate him.
Who owned it? Girls like this. The women owned everything. Men owned nothing. Basically, all we owned were their clothes, our moccasins, our blowgun, our tomahawk.
Boys own
Girls owned everything. They owned the land, they owned the house we lived in, they owned the children. We were called a matrilineal society. Yes?
So the boys only got the weapons because they're stronger.
No.
And the girls have the housework, so, because most of the boys don't know how to clean.
That's
That's
rude. Hey, I thought about
Where is that thing? If I saw a woman coming to me in one of these war clubs, I'd learn how to clean real fast.
You got any extra?
No, seriously, the women owned everything. We lived. Go ahead. Which question?
So basically, since women own everything, they could own like a gun, and like when a person comes in, they'd be like, hello.
I think I understand that.
My mama, she had family in the Cherokee tribe.
The women owned everything. Because you got to think in those days, the men had to go get the food. Now, that's not saying the women didn't provide. The women, picked berries, they picked nuts, they got fish. They worked just like the men did. They had a lot of chores and things, but the men were going to get the food, and you're going to go out in the woods. You're going to chase a deer with this.
It's a giant boat.
You're going to chase a bear with this. The odds are you might not come back if he's hungrier than you are. Don't know how, but it proves to me one thing: we weren't savages. We understood something that we've just learned about here in modern society. It's something you call DNA. And we even have laws in Alabama that says you can't marry your first cousin or your brother or your sister or your aunt. Because that DNA and things have been proven. If you keep marrying people close to you, you produce people that have problems, health problems. They're not as smart as other people. These people understood something about DNA. They understood that you didn't marry your brother, your sister, so they set it up in clans. If I wanted to marry somebody and I'm Wolf Clan, I can marry somebody from all other 6 clans, but I can't marry from the Wolf Clan. So when I married a girl, she's from the Deer Clan. We had children. All my children are Deer Clan. I lived in that house. Everybody in that house is Deer Clan but me. I'm still Wolf Clan. But another thing, these men going hunting, these men going to war, there was great odds that they didn't come back. So you wanted somebody there to take care of those children. So they had their mother. Guess who trained you? Daddy's out traipsing around getting venison, getting turkey, and chasing the bad guys. Who taught you?
Mom. Woman.
Daddy.
Your uncle taught you. Your uncle taught you. And when you misbehaved, your uncle handed you butt. One thing we didn't have. Go ahead, darling.
Why could it only be your uncle?
Don't know. That's just the way it was. The uncle trained the children. He taught the children. The uncle disciplined the children. The father did not discipline the children. One thing the white man has an invention we didn't have. Prison. We never locked anybody up. We never tied anybody up or keep them to punish them. We had a council. You did something wrong, you were brought before that council. They told you what your punishment was going to be. They warned you not to do it again. You did it 3 times. What do you think they did with you?
They'll take you out of the pack.
That's right.
They'll
What?
take you out of the pack.
Take you what?
Out of the pack.
No, they took you out in the village and killed you.
Yes.
Killed you.
That's so bad.
No, it's not so bad. You were very, very loved. You were taken care of by everybody in the tribe. They tried to work with you, but they weren't going to put up with somebody trying to ruin it for everybody else. So you learned to get along with people. You learned to do things. Now, we didn't go to war. War was the last resort. We didn't run around Hollywood telling everybody that we're going, woo! That didn't happen. Did that scare you when I did that?
No, I can do it.
Let me tell you how when we went to war. The white man got here. Stripped naked. Paint myself red from head to foot. My head would have been shaved. I'd had one lock of hair. We tied a white heron feather that had been dyed red in my hair. What that said was, you think you're big enough to come get this feather? Come on. Remember, we've tried everything to keep from fighting. When we went to war, that was the end of it. We didn't take this bow, pull back and shoot that guy right there. We get 300 or 400 of us. You're over there in the woods, you're down behind something. We pull that back, we send 300 arrows coming just like this down on top of it. Throw that ball, throw this down, grab this and go, it's called psychological warfare. It's meant to put the fear of God in you. It's meant to run you from the battlefield. We weren't playing. I'm going to pass this around and let you finish. This is a natural grown piece of wood. This is a war club. You get hit upside the head of this, you're not going home to mama tonight. They weren't playing. It's part of their lives, and they had been come to the part where they're having to fight. They were fighting. Fighting tooth, tail, no, anything they had to fight with.